Hello. We are all social beings. We are all part of other systems of people, groups of people. We came from a set of parents, we were raised in different environments, different conditionings. We may have experienced different things in life. The fact remains that we are always dependent and interconnected with other people. And how is that more evident than the fact that we are living, surviving from the food made by somebody, somewhere, in some field? Somebody grew crops and then brought them over to our shops, from where the food comes to us, from where we exchange some money for the products we get, and the money came from somewhere. We did something in exchange for which somebody paid us money. So even though we would like to think we are completely independent, we are interdependent. And there is another more palpable sense by which we know that we are interdependent, we are interconnected, and that is in our physical sensory experience. When we feel sad, something is not as wholesome as it should be. When we feel angry, there's a physical, sensory, visceral experience that something is not so fine, and hence against which we get really angry. Or there's a sense of fear, or there's a sense of unfairness. Something didn't go as well as it should have. So it's a sensory experience by which we know something went off balance. Consequently, in our maintaining health, in our coming to well-being, our degrees and states of well-being involves a slow, gentle, gradual progression in coming into balance. Due to one or the other experiences, due to whatsoever may have been the experiences, things went out of balance. And now that they have gone out of balance, in coming back also, restoring health also, there needs to be a slow progression, because there are other people involved. There are people around us who have gotten used to how things are with us. If it's an overnight, if you're turning things around overnight, people who are around you may not be used to that sudden change, and then they cannot relate with you because they are used to seeing you in a particular way. It's like, you go travel to some place and then you stay there for some time, and when you come back, people who used to know you may not be able to know you the same way because things have changed for you. So even while you're amidst people, it may be difficult for you to immediately suddenly make a change for the better, or if you do change, to expect people to regard you, connect with you similarly, because you're not the same. So organic development involves a gradual movement, a slow progression in which you change, others around you also can similarly dance with you in that change, so that it's a gradual movement into the next betterment. Failing which, there would be jostlings, there would be one or the other uncomfortable experiences, which some may not even be ready for, because some people may not be ready for surprises, may not be ready for any sudden changes. So what they would do is they would exert force in the opposite direction. So even if you want to change, the others who may not be as prepared and are not ready for surprises may turn in completely opposite direction, and then you are having to deal with that, and then saying life is always the same. You're always getting mired more and more into the same. So while we have faced this life and death challenge which COVID has brought us, we now need to find our footing by which we come out of how life has gotten, in terms of economy, in terms of our emotional states, in terms of our connectivity with people, with our ability to relate with people. We would need to come out of this together. And for that, it is important to bring about an organic, minimalistic change by which everybody becomes better. Everybody can appreciate what, can acknowledge what has not gone as well, can acknowledge what is working now, and how we can make things better. And making things better always involves a slow, gradual movement, just like a dance, so that we come out of the difficulty that we have come to be experiencing now. It's an easy way to do that would be to connect with your breath. There's a constancy in the breathing, of breathing in and breathing out. Howsoever difficult may be your breathing, the fact that you're alive is also because you're breathing. Your breath involves and reinforces the forces of life. Bringing your attention to your breath as it moves into your body and out is a constant, steady pace by which, the more and more mindful of it, you will notice that life indeed happens moment to moment. If you can breathe this moment at a time, one breath at a time, this too shall pass. Things get better. Just as the breath moves in and out, the pulse also has an expansion, contraction. These are steady, constant, moment by moment happenings. The more you're aware of this, it becomes easier to take that next step. One step is enough. One small step is enough. One breath, one moment at a time. Do what can be done in this moment. And that's one distance, one step, one moment, one breath closer to a better life, a better experience of living, a better state of health, a better state of connectivity, a better state of well-being, a better state of wealth, where wealth is not just spelled W-E-A-L-T-H, but also W-E-L-L-T-H, which is a degree of wellness, how well you get. And that becomes more possible moment to moment, one step at a time, one breath at a time. And as you do that, you will notice that you're able to take the step much more steadier, much more affirming of life, much more strengthening life. And how your breath becomes better, you're able to breathe better, your health keeps getting better. As you notice these small movements, as you take these one small steps, as you breathe better, you begin to notice how you're able to connect with people around you a little more better, one breath at a time. And as you walk with this one moment, one breath at a time, you begin to start noticing how the fabric of your life slowly unwrinkles. Whatever difficulties may be there, slowly begins to start unraveling into betterness, into health, into a smile. Thank you for listening.